GTA Online has been out for nearly 8 years now, and you may be thinking, who the hell is still coming to the game? Well, let me tell you, a lot of people. So, let's teach you how to go from a dummy to actually making some money in GTA Online. So buckle up, because it's going to be a long one. When you first load into the game, there's going to be a tutorial you have to complete. Now I highly recommend you do this if you're a new player, as it will walk you through missions and the basic mechanics of how the game works, and doing so you will walk away with a new personal vehicle and a decent amount of cash and RP, which is going to help you get started massively. Now, what you're going to want to take advantage of is the casino. You're going here not to gamble your way to millions, but simply to spin the lucky wheel. On here you can get lucky and win $50,000, which is what I won, or some RP or chips. But whatever one you get, don't worry, you've got yourself something either way, so it's no problem. Now, what you want to do is go on over to the plane icon on your map. This is flight school. This is only unlocked at level 6. However, if you complete the tutorial, you should be near around there anyway. But it's actually a lot of fun as a beginner, as not only will you walk away with some pretty decent cash, but it will also set you up for how to fly in GTA Online, which is something very useful you need to pick up on, and doing so early in the game will make things easier for you. Okay, some of these missions do start to get a little bit more harder the further they go on, but try and get gold on every single mission if you can, as this will get you a lot more money than if you were to get silver or bronze, for example. Now, doing all 10 missions with gold medals on each will net you with 14,000 RP and $230,000, which sets you up very nicely indeed. Now, before we get started, what you're going to want to do with this money is buy yourself a very cheap starting garage for just $25,000. At the time of me recording this, they are $15,000 off, so you may as well pick one up for even cheaper. Now, you may be thinking, Berserker, why did you just make me buy a garage? Well, the reason you bought this is because it gives you access to the mechanic, which allows you to get vehicles, and the vehicle we are going to be getting is the Batty 8 or RR1. This is one of the fastest bikes in the game, and it's only $15,000. As well as go to ammunition and pick up a micro SMG. You can shoot this gun while driving, and it's a pretty good starting weapon. Now, here we go. Next, we are going to take advantage of 2 treasure hunts in the game, which will give us some really nice rewards. The first one is the Slasher and Navy Revolver challenge. What you pretty much have to do is go out and find hidden locations to the Slasher serial killer. The first location is over here, and you simply go to this wall, and there is a message that says, "Can you find me?" That's the first clue down. And the next one is over at Sandy Shores Airfield, and there is a severed hand over on this wall, and there's the second clue. Next one is over at this barn. There will be a machete in the wall over here, and that's the third clue. And the fourth clue is over here on this door at Palito Bay near this motel. There's a red handprint, and that is your fourth clue. Now, in order to find the final clue, it's a little bit more tricky. There are 5 different locations for a black van to spawn, so I'm showing all 5 on screen now on where they will be on the map. So go out to these locations. And once you have found the van, you will receive a message. After this, go ahead and go to the Sandy Shores airstrip and await for the Slasher to come and kill you. Shoot him with a pistol or your Uzi, and you will receive $50,000 and the Navy Revolver. But that's not it. You now need to get 50 kills with the Navy Revolver. To do this, just simply get the cops on you or go into the city where there's a bunch of people, and once you have racked up 50 kills, you will receive $200,000 for not much work. Easy, right? So that's already, with Flight School and Navy Revolver Challenge, just under $500,000. Nice. Now, the next treasure hunt we want to take advantage of is the Double Action Revolver quest. To start this, you have to receive an email containing an image of 1 out of 20 locations. It's pretty simple. All you have to do is go around the map to where a big yellow circle will be and keep searching for a note rather pinned to a tree or rock. Note that you will hear bells the closer you get to this clue. So that's just a little chip right there. At this point, you have found the first clue. And what's good about this treasure hunt is that you don't have to find the locations yourselves, like the Navy Revolver. They simply show up on the map with a question mark, so go out to them all. And the first one is over here in this sort of cave area. There will be a dead body, and that's the first clue down. Next one is by the Alamo Sea. In this little hut area, there will be a shovel with blood. And the final one is over by this tree with an empty gun case. Now, unlike the Naval Revolver quest, where you had to search at 5 different locations for a van, nope, it's again on your map. So go over to it and you will have unlocked the double action revolver. Now all you need to do is get 50 headshots this time, not kills, headshots, and you will be rewarded with yet another $250,000. And all up with flight school, Naval Revolver, and now double action revolver, you should be near to around $750,000. That's really good. Finally, to get to that juicy 1 million, we are going to be taking advantage of a set of bounty targets we need to collect from a character named Maude. It's simple. She will send you a text message letting you know of information, and soon after an email of the target. Once you have read this email, a bright yellow circle will show up over the rough location to the bounty target. Head on over there and you can either choose to collect or kill the target. Killing it will give you $5,000, whereas capturing it will give you $10,000, so not much of a difference. It's up to you on what you want to do, but bear in mind you have to drive out to a pretty far area in Sandy Shores, so in my opinion it's just best to kill the target. Now once you complete all of the 5 bounty missions Maude has sent you, she will give you a reward, and that's the stone hatchet. An icon will pop up on your map, go out and collect it. Now all you have to do with this stone hatchet is get 25 kills and you will get $250,000. Boom, you're at $1 million in probably realistically what took you 3 to 4 hours of playtime, with hardly any OP things to help you, just a bike and a gun. It's that easy. Now here's where it's up to you as a player. You can now rather buy a CEO office or a high-end apartment. Now listen carefully, only buy the high-end apartment if you're not a solo player, because you're not just buying this for no reason, you're buying it to start up the original heists. There are a total of 5 heists that can rack up some very nice rewards. Now these heists do require people to do them with, that's why you cannot be solo for these, or your life will be a living hell relying on randoms. So trust me, only do this if you have a dedicated group of friends to help you. Now the rewards to these heists. First off, you will receive your first time bonuses for each heist, so those aren't difficult at all. However, the next challenge will rack up an extra $1 million, and that's the loyalty bonus. Basically, you have to complete all heists with the same amount of people. So yeah, this is pretty much impossible solo. And finally, the last one, which good fucking luck, and it's the criminal mastermind, which gives you $10 million. And what you will have to do is the 2 above that we mentioned, but you can't die once in the setups or finale. So yeah, good luck with that one if you're going for that for a group of friends. But as a solo, yeah, it's just best to do the next method instead, because that's near impossible. Okay, so the non-solo people, which is pretty much all of you, I'm sure. You're going to want to spend that $1 million on the Maze Bank West office. This is going to allow you to become a CEO, which lets you be a CEO for a limited time. Instead of without the CEO office, you could only be a VIP for 4 hours, which isn't much, as well as a 12-hour cooldown in between, which kinda sucks. However, all your money is now gone, but don't worry, the reason we did this is to do a set of VIP missions, the totally easiest and best way to make money as a beginner. And the missions you're going to want to do are Headhunter and Sightseer. Now, Headhunter can be very difficult as a beginner with only a bike, so if you have a little bit of extra cash, I recommend buying the armored Kuruma. This will help you out tons and makes Headhunter a breeze. And I know it's pretty expensive, but if you don't have the money for it now, then you can always buy it in the future. It's just going to make these missions a lot more easier, just as a heads up. Or if you're a returning player in GTA Online, you can get the Duke or Death for free. So you may as well take advantage of that little boost and pick that up as well. Okay, so Headhunter is basically going to send you around the map to kill a set of 4 targets. 2 moving and 2 stationary. And a quick tip, the target will always be the driver, so aim for the driver's seat when shooting, and that should easily get you your target. Doing this mission will get you 22k, for what probably took you 5 to 10 minutes. Now, Sightseer, you don't even have to aim a gun once. All you do is complete a mini hack on your phone to reveal locations to packages on your map. Go out and steal them, and boom, again, 22k. Okay, now for Sightseer, I recommend going to LSIA or just any runway to pick up a helicopter, as this mission does require a lot of traveling, so again, that's a nice little tip for you there. Now the thing is, these missions can get boring very quickly, so what you're going to want to do is rotate between the weekly triple and or double money activities, which if you're good at one which is on that week, you can make yourself anywhere from 100k, so depending on what the mission or event is, which which is pretty damn good, and you can have fun in the process. So yeah, mix your VIP missions in between, and soon you'll be back up to that million stage. If you're not quite there yet, don't worry, keep grinding out the triple or double money events, as well as mixing in your VIP missions. Now what we have to do is save up to $1.5 million in order to buy the vehicle warehouse. This is where you can rack in some very easy money, which will help you get closer to your final step. Now, you've grinded out VIP missions as well as those event weeks. Well, props to you, go ahead and buy that well-earned vehicle warehouse. Now the game is going to prompt you to buy upgrades, but don't worry, you don't need to buy any of those at all. This is where the grind starts to become a lot more easier, yet a little bit more tedious as well. And the way this business works is you have to go out, steal a luxury vehicle and deliver it back to your warehouse, and then modify it and sell it. However, I'm going to go over by far the best method to make this work quicker and to make you more money with it. Okay, so what you want to do is go back to your office and source a vehicle. Now here we go. Each vehicle is broken up into 3 different categories: standard, mid and top range. Standard is going to make you 30k, whereas mid range is going to make you 50k. Top range is going to get you 80k. Now these 3 categories have a certain amount of vehicles in them. What I mean by this is that there are a total of 32 vehicles in total to spawn. 10 of those are standard, 10 mid and 13 top. So what we can do is source all standard and all mid and keep them in our warehouse, and that's it, because the game will never give us duplicates of the same vehicle unless it's not in the warehouse. So the game will now only ever give us top range vehicles. So all we need to do is keep sourcing top range and selling top range. Now the best method in my opinion is to sell a top range vehicle, then once you have done that, do a VIP mission in between, then source a vehicle, do another VIP mission and then sell. It's that easy. And all up with this method, you can make 300 to 400k an hour, which is going to boost you right up to the final step. Okay, so you've grinded the vehicle warehouse like never before. Well, now it's on to the final step. Using the vehicle warehouse method, you're going to want to get to around $2.2 million, which shouldn't take you too long at all. And now you're going to want to buy like a kosatka. This is indeed the best way to make money in the game, and you can easily say goodbye to the boring grinding methods we have been doing, because money is going to start to flow in very quickly, believe me. Okay, now what sucks is that the first sort of playthrough may put you off with all of the unskippable cutscenes and all the terrible stuff that you have to do, and you may just want to quit, but don't worry, it gets better once you have done your first run through. So in my opinion, just enjoy your first heist, don't worry about getting it done and making millions, just enjoy it, because after this you can now start to make upwards of 1.5 million an hour, no bullshit. Okay, so I'm just going to briefly go over the best setups etc to make this quick and easy for you, as this video is long enough as it is. But for your approach vehicle, always go with the long fin. It's fast and can get you to the drainage tunnel very easily. And for your equipment, you're going to have to do all the optional ones, such as the fingerprint cloner, and depending on what your primary target is, Madrazo files or bearer bonds, you will have safe codes, but for everything else, it will be plasma cutter. Now the other one you should do is cutting torch and not demolition charges. Number 1, the cutting torch allows you to get into the drainage crate, and 2, you can cut open any gates with secondary loot behind them, and 3, the setup is a lot easier too. So yeah, just go with the cutting torch and not demolition charges. Okay, now the weapon loadout, go with conspirator and buy suppressors on them. Now if you get the Merryweather mission, go over to it and blow up the helicopter and restart the mission until you get the office mission. Okay, now finally the disruption preps. You don't need to do any, however I recommend you do armor if you suck at aiming and you want to be safe just in case, because all of these setups only need to be done if you're going in loud, which you shouldn't be doing anyway, because if you go in quiet, it's the quickest and easiest heist you'll ever do, trust me. But either way, that's all you need to do. Now boom, good luck with the finale, and you can start making money very fast. If you want more info on the preps and of course finale, please check out my how to speedrun the CAYO PERIC HEIST guide. Put a lot of effort in that will help you out tons if you're struggling. Anyway, sorry for the length of this video, I just really wanted to get everything into one video. I really hope this helped. Please consider subscribing if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to hit that like button as this helps reach this video to more people like you, and I'll see you all later.